All right, so Rangers and Canes game 2 tonight. The challenge tonight is to stay awake. Not a lot of goals between these two teams, right? There's a lot of defense, and then when the defense actually does allow a shot, the goaltenders are damn good, and not that you would have expected this from Ranta. He's been decent over his career. But right now, he's one of the better goaltenders in terms of numbers for the playoffs. So just goes to show you, you don't always need to pay your goaltender $10 million. Sometimes a guy just rises to the occasion. Now, I'm expecting a 7-game series, but New York's got to make it happen here, right? They almost was able, they were almost able to pull it off against Carolina in game 1. Obviously, we know what happened there. Carolina comes back, forces overtime, and then wins it in overtime. This is your shot. I think just like my Panthers who are down 2-0, I'm not saying I'm giving up on the Panthers, but I'm not so sure the Rangers can come back on Carolina down 2-0. But then again, talk to the Penguins about that. So, expecting a good game tonight. Let's go with 3-2 Rangers, but that could easily be 3-2 Canes. It's gonna be a battle out there. I like watching this style of hockey when it's not my team, especially after last night, how it ended for the Panthers. It's Friday night. I'm just gonna sit on the couch, have a good night. The kids are gone. I'm by myself. It's a beautiful thing. But no overtime. I want to go to bed by midnight. No overtime. All right, so just as we expected, there's no score after 1. Teravainen hit the post. Strome shot it right into the back of the Carolina defender. And those are pretty much the best couple of chances there. There's been 12 penalty minutes combined and 13 shots combined. And that pretty much sums up the way that these two teams play. I don't see either team really having the better play here. This is going to be a simple as you can get hockey game where you're just grinding it out. Somebody's going to make a mistake, and then somebody has to beat one of these goaltenders. The shot that hit, I don't know who it was in front defending for Carolina, but Strome had basically, it would have been an open net had it not been for the defender. He shot it right into the back of his leg. But Ranta was sliding over, all flexed out and split out, ready to make a glove save, but the puck never got to him. These guys are good. It was a good game. I know I said 3-2, but it wouldn't shock me to have this sucker end 1-0 in like triple overtime. So it's certainly not going to be 9-6 like Calgary and Edmonton. We'll put it that way. So it's 1-0 Carolina after 2. Sometimes you can be doing everything right, and then it just backfires on you. The Rangers started having some good, they had some good possession. They're really starting to show. I'm sitting there thinking, they're going to score. This is looking like the Rangers are going to score. They're really starting to take over, at least in this one possession, for a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it's a 4-minute power play. They get called for a high stick. It was a high stick, but it was a little bit, there was no blood. There was no blood. There was just a cut on the guy's nose. Forgive me for forgetting who it was, but there was just a cut, no blood, and they called it 4 minutes, and who knows when that cut was there. So, long story short, however, Carolina decides to say, okay, we're going to get a shorty anyway. We're just gonna do a shorthanded. So, Shesterkin, didn't really have much of a chance on it. Aho makes a beautiful pass through Fox's legs, and it's 1-0. And this thing could end 1-0. This thing could end 1-0. The way Ranta's playing, he's out of his mind right now, and Carolina is just shutting things down. The Rangers have had a couple of episodes where they've had puck possession and they're getting shots, but the shots are from out far. They're getting blocked. They're not setting up to get deflections or anything. And I'm hoping it ends 1-0 because I think if the Rangers tie this game, we might be here a while. And I want to go to bed at midnight. So, on the other hand of that, Rangers don't want to go down 2-0. They're going to come out desperate. There's no joke about that. So, all right, let's finish this off, see what happens. Well, Ranger fans, I feel your pain. Although you guys did it on the road, you've scored 1 goal in 2 games. My Panthers scored 2 goals in 2 games. At home, we're in worse shape. You guys can still go to New York and, well, both teams can still even out this series. But the way Carolina's playing defense, man, that is going to be a rough go. Just absolutely tenacious. Especially those last few minutes, especially after New York. You know, they pulled a goalie, I think 2:44 left. Just relentless. My Panthers need to watch the last 3 minutes of that game. Watch how Carolina played and take a lesson in how to close out a team, even though it was a tie game last night. And look, the fans in Carolina, you have to give them credit. I mean, maniac. Manic maniacs. Absolutely absurd. Totally envious of just the same way. The fans and the team. Absolutely tenacious. Unbelievable. They got a good thing going on down there in Carolina. Be interesting to see what happens. I was thinking it'd be a 7-game series. Not counting the Rangers out, obviously. I don't think anybody really expected Rand to be playing this good. But you have to give them credit. They're just absolutely throttling the Rangers. The Rangers there's just no room to do anything. There's just absolutely no room to do anything. And Rangers have played 2 pretty good games. And they're down 0-2. They go to New York. They could turn the tables on. Could be a couple of 1-goal games, and the Rangers tie up the series. I don't think it's going to be a sweep, that's for sure. I'd be surprised if the Rangers didn't win Game 3, and then you go from there. You see what happens. But Carolina's not messing around. It's the 4th year in a row they've gone to the playoffs, and they're not afraid. They're not afraid. They think they've got a chance to win a cup. And with that home crowd as an advantage, that's a real home ice advantage. There's no way around that. I mean, when they get going, I'm trying to think of a place in the NHL that's tougher to play. That I can't think of a place that's louder, right? And Toronto gets pretty loud, but most of the games I've seen, I don't know if there's a louder place than Carolina. I don't see a lot of Western Conference hockey, so it could be somebody over in the Western Conference. I know Vegas was loud for a long time. But in terms of the Eastern Conference, Carolina's got going on, man. We'll have to see what happens. I know my Panthers, we don't play tomorrow. We play Sunday, 1:30. That's a must-win. Absolutely must-win Game 3 for the Panthers if they want to have any chance of meeting, most likely, the Canes in the Eastern Conference Finals. Right now, if these results hold, it's going to be Canes versus Tampa, but that's a long way off. It's a long way off. So, Rangers, you guys do your part. Panthers do our part, and let's at least have some 7-game series here. All right. Quick and sweet for tonight. What do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow's just the 1 game. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that game. I haven't done a lot of Western Conference stuff, so tomorrow will be interesting. Blues and Avalanche. Be curious to check out the competition should my Panthers make it to the finals. And then Sunday. Sunday is a huge day. Sunday we have the live stream 1 hour before the game, so that'll be at 12:30. I'm going to recap the Panther game, and then is it Canes and Rangers again? I'm not sure. There's a later game that it's an 8 o'clock game You see, today's Friday. I think it's Canes and Rangers, so I think I'm going to... No, they're the afternoon game. Anyway, the point being is I'm going to try to do 2 games on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow I'm going to have... got an interview scheduled with the... If you guys enjoyed the video with the 6 long-suffering Panther fans, we're doing a part 2 tomorrow. Talk about the Panthers and our chances against the Lightning, and I'm sure Mackenzie Weegar's name will come up. Other than that, appreciate all the support. Lots of new subscribers, lots of new Patreon supporters, lots of new YouTube members. I'm humbly grateful. That's all I can say. I'll be touching on that more in the Panther videos, but for you guys that are watching this video as well, really, I really feel good about the response I got to the video today. We'll put it that way. There'll be more on that later. I don't have my thoughts collected about it, but thank you all. So, appreciate all the support. See you again tomorrow.